Well, welcome everybody. This is the Sunday update stream. I gotta, I gotta give a kind of a update of what's been going on. I was in St. Louis last week, and I worked an hour every day, but I didn't post things. I was extremely sick. On the ride home, or on the ride back to Dayton, I threw up about 4 times out the window. I ate a bad hamburger or something. I'm not sure. So I apologize for that. But I do have good news. And the news is my friend John decided that the videos needed a little spicing up. So what we're gonna do when I get back from Huntersville is we're gonna do a collaboration. Write a script, good camera. It takes two guys to do this. Write a script. So we have a cameraman filming what we're trying to look at, and so on and so forth. But I thought I'd give you a look at the Tucker Special Wing for the. Now I started on August 14th. So let's count the days. August 14th to present. August to September is 30 days, so that's 30 hours. September to October is 60 hours. So we have about 56 hours in this thing. I have a complete wing that's built, and I'll show that to you now. And this is probably the finest work I've ever done. I'll explain that in a minute. I have the fuselage built, so we got 56 hours in. I have the rudder cut out. I have the elevator stabilizer sanded and hinged. All the hinges are on the wing. Okay, as far as the wing goes, I put 2 coats of dope on it, sanding. I did that in St. Louis. Sanding between coats with 320. Today I sanded it with 1500. This is like glass. It's unbelievable. So that'll be good for when I put the Japanese tissue on it. So now let's look at the wing. Let me back this up a little bit. I have not put the horn in it yet because I don't have it bent. But I do have the push rod. This weighs 9¼ ounces, the way you see it here. So it's very light. The landing gear blocks have been installed. I showed how to do that on the last video, I believe, where I was showing you how to sand. I've joined the center section with the 5/10 carbon veil because I've been cutting my tank area out and moving the firewall back. I'm not moving the engine forward, I'm moving the firewall back, or the wing forward. I'm moving the firewall back so that we get all the weight away from the nose, because the engine I'm using is a little heavier than a Fox 35. But I weighed all these parts, and it was 18 ounces. So that includes the fuselage, the wing, the elevator stabilizer, and the rudder. 18 ounces. So I'm going to lose a little bit. I'd say probably maybe 2 ounces when I carve the top block. This is good stuff. And shape the fuselage, sand the inside out. So we'll lose 2 ounces. So 18, 17, 16 ounces. 1 pound for an airplane. So I think that the 40-ounce range is going to be relatively easy to hit. Matter of fact, I'd say real easy to hit. Now, let's see here. I made a couple of windy sanding tools. This is just a piece of balsa wood that I cut, and I got my sticky back paper on it. These are real handy. They're 5/16 for getting the cap strips. When you're doing this, what I look for when I'm doing appearance judging is the fit and finish of the cap strips. How do these tips, let's pull this up here. How do these tips feel? You know, can you see that line? Can you feel it? Can you see that joint, whatever? So take time when you're fitting things together. If you notice my mantra on Stunhanger, the finish starts with the first piece of wood cut, and it truly does. So this was just a basic update. Of course, I did get that one done. That'll be going to Huntersville with me, along with the Junar. I've got the Monado hanging on the wall, and I got another Junar that I haven't flown yet. So since I've been here in this little apartment, I've built 1, 2, 3, 5 airplanes. This is a motel room, basically. 5 airplanes. So when people say, well, I just don't have the time, or I don't have the space, I don't have the tools, it's nonsense. You just don't have the desire. So get out there, cut some wood, glue it together, sand it to shape, and go fly. It's real simple. This buy and fly stuff drives me nuts. Anyway, I wish I could convey how nice this is through video, but I can't. This is 1500 here. I felt a little bump there. This is all 4-pound wood. Like I say, this is probably the best job I've ever done because I've taken my time on it. You know, normally I'll just build these airplanes. I'll just throw it together, cut the wood. That's close enough. Go for it. But I wanted everything to be more or less perfect on this airplane because I want the classic finish on an airplane. Now you say, well, the airplanes of today are finished great. The airplanes of the 60s and 70s were finished great, but they didn't use any paint. They didn't weigh anything. The airplanes of today are finished great, but they're loaded down with urethane, and they weigh a ton. Except Billy's. He's got it figured out where he's building these airplanes light. So if you don't think light is important, go back and watch my Bob Hunt, Bill Warridge, Chris Rudd interview. I went back and reviewed it and watched it again. And that will more or less kind of convince you that weight is where it's at, and it really is. So, update on the Tucker. I'll be doing some, probably not any videos in the next couple of days or whatever. I'll be doing some videos from John's basement. We'll be working on the Tucker, maybe working on some other things where we show you how to cut, sand, shape in a choreographed, more professional video. This is just so hard to do, and I wish you guys would cut me a little slack on that. I mean, I get a lot of good comments, but Those negative comments are ridiculous. Show me what you can do if you're going to give me a thumbs down. Anyway, like, subscribe, share. We'll see you in a few weeks, or probably a week, when we do the after Huntersville, when I do the videos from John's basement. And don't worry, you're not going to miss anything on the Tucker, because I ain't working on it really. It's just kind of on the back burner, because I don't need another airplane in this little apartment. So, we'll see you again. Fair winds, tight lines. You gotta love computers. Not really.